The opportunity is always cool to get to talk to this guy here. He's the 2022 Texas High School Rodeo State Bareback Riding Champion, Kash Martin, Lufkin, Texas, and this is your third trip to the National High School Finals Rodeo?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, last year you were the reserve state champion for Texas. This year you're the champion from Texas in the bareback ride. And what's the big difference between last year being the reserve champion to this year? What makes you the state champion? Do you feel like that you've upped your game, or what's the deal there?
Well, I just learned how to do my job better. The year before last, I've been reserve state champion 2 years in a row, and I finally got tired of it and started doing better.
I'll agree with you on that. I've got the opportunity to watch you ever since you first cracked out in junior high. You were a Texas junior high state champion, a national junior high champion. But last year there were some setbacks that almost cost you from even being able to high school rodeo. I know you don't want to talk about it a year later, but it is something that's important because you've had to overcome a lot, and it's really helped you. And I believe that helped you kind of hone in on your craft, that made you a better person, a better bareback rider, a more matured athlete to go on to this year to allow you to win a state title and set you up in great position to maybe hopefully leave here as the national high school champion. But I'm going to let you tell a little bit about that injury that you sustained to your riding arm.
Well, I was at my house, actually, just after a high school rodeo. We were having a little bucking series there, and I got on this colt, and I rode her before, and she wasn't nothing to her, so I didn't think nothing of it, and I just started spurring her, and I spurred over, and I just got in away from my hand and got hung up for like maybe 2 seconds, and then it swelled up so big that my mom's like a nurse, so she kind of knew what was wrong, and it swelled up so big that it was gonna explode if I didn't go to the doctor. So I spent like a week in the hospital with my arm cut open, and then I had to stay out for 3 months. It was supposed to be 8, but I got fortunate enough to come back in 3, and that's about it.
So it cost you almost your whole sophomore season of rodeo, but you were still able to go to your region rodeos because in Texas it's split up over 10 different regions. There's 12 rodeos in each region that you have to go to, and you have to qualify to go on to the Texas State Finals rodeo. You were still able to finish out the regions and qualify for the state finals and ended the reserve champion. But when you fast forward a year later, do you feel like that injury and what you had to overcome has made you a better bareback rider?
Yes, sir. Well, it made me look at a lot of stuff different. It made me look at like anything can happen, no matter how good you are. Like I know some older dudes, they're hurt right now, and they're the best in the world. I mean, anything can happen, and it just makes you appreciate it more when you're doing good and you're healthy, and just how to stay that way.
You know, I'm going to tell you something. You didn't want to talk about that, but you just really just showed us all. You know, one of the slogans in American Hat Company is all about positive times, and you just done a great experience of showing us how a negative thing happening to you but come out with a positive result. You know, I'm going to talk about in today, and that you actually had your opportunity to compete in the first round of the Cinch National High School Finals Rodeo, 74 points in the first round. I know you don't feel like that was the greatest ride, the greatest opportunity that you had in the first round, but you did the most that you could with that horse. How do you feel like it's going to set you up, and what do you think you're going to have to do differently in round number 2?
Well, it is for the top 10 guys here, it's just how you draw. Everybody can ride good. Everybody spurs bucking horses. No one's better than anybody else. There might be a couple people who stand out more, but it's all about how you draw here. In nationals, it's just drawing game. There ain't nothing else to it.
Absolutely. It's so great to get to talk to you here at the Cinch National High School Finals Rodeo again and give everybody at home a chance to learn a little bit more